Hi everybody, Maneesh Konkar here. In this video, we are going to talk about the critical role that outlet coverage expansion plays in the reason why your achievement of more than 100% on your sales targets may not be happening. Alright. My name is Maneesh Konkar. I am a corporate trainer. I've been handling Direction 1 for many years now. We do corporate training in the areas of B2B, B2C, sales, marketing, digital marketing, and a lot more. We've got online courses on all of these subjects. Do check out the link in the comments. And we're also a digital marketing agency. We can help you run campaigns on Facebook and Google. All right. Okay, let's begin. Let me tell you a typical story of what happens in FMCG sales and marketing. The area manager gets a target from his boss. The area manager splits the target amongst his sales executives, his TSIs, and they get their targets. These guys are handling distributors. They split the target amongst the distributors, dump stocks on the distributors. What does the distributor do? The distributor will straight away go and dump 50 to 60%, sometimes even more, of the stock on his wholesalers. He reduces his investment by doing that. However, he does some crazy amount of damage to the market when he does that. Right? In this video, we are going to talk about why outlet coverage is important and how does one go about widening the outlet coverage rather than focusing on depth of distribution. What most companies are doing is that they are focusing on selling to a handful of outlets out there, a handful of wholesalers, and that causes major issues. First of all, in this video, we are going to look at two things. First of all, what is the danger in not focusing on outlet coverage? Second, how do you go around aligning a system to focus on outlet coverage? All right. First point we're talking about, why is outlet coverage important? Well, the first point, let me relate it to your personal life. Think of the residence where you are staying in. Think of a radius of 2 or 3 kilometers around around your residence, where chances are you have about 10 or 15 kirana stores. Now I will ask you a question. Maybe if you're in the metros, you may be buying from Swiggy, Zepto, Instamart. But if you're buying from kirana stores, okay, I will ask you a question. You've got 10 or 15 kirana stores in your area. Your wife, your mother, when she buys goods, FMCG goods, does she buy from all the 10 outlets in your area? Chances are no. Chances are that 80% of the stuff comes from one outlet out there, and the balance 2-3 outlets might be contributing another 20% of the stuff. Alright, so now this has interesting implications for me as a Hindustan Lever, as a PNG. If I want to reach you, okay, if I want to reach you, what do I have to do? You are buying from Roman General Store. If I want to reach you, I have to be present in Roman General Store. If you are not present, if you are going to Roman General Store, and if, let's say, I am not present over there, okay, let's say there are 20,000 outlets in the city and I am covering only 5,000, 6,000 out of them. If you are covering, if in a particular area there are only 10 or 15 outlets and I'm covering only 3 of those outlets, does that mean that I've covered the entire area? No. Here's why. Because you are loyal to an outlet. You will go to a Roman General Store, and let's say if I'm Pepsi and I don't distribute in the Roman, you will go to a Roman, ask for Pepsi, the retailer will say, no, I don't have Pepsi. What's the next question that you are going to say? What's the next thing that you're going to say? You say, okay, Pepsi nahi hai, do you have Coke? So see what's happening. The brand switched so quickly from your side that the crores of rupees that I'm spending on IPL, the crores of rupees that I'm spending doing celebrity advertising has completely gone to zero because the last mile distribution was not done properly. This is the importance of outlet coverage. Just because you are covering 4 or 5 outlets in an area of 10 outlets doesn't mean that you've covered the entire area, because every outlet has a loyal customer base. Right? In India, we tend to be loyal to the outlet, and this is true not just when we are buying loose items. It is also if you are buying a Kisan tomato ketchup or a Maggi, which theoretically is the same everywhere, but you will still prefer to buy it from your local neighborhood kirana store. All right. So this is the importance of outlet coverage. It needs to be 100%. It needs to be a majority, and that's what we call about focusing on width of distribution. Now, the mistake that many FMCG managers make is that they focus not on width of distribution, they focus on, they just don't focus on outlet coverage at all. Their main focus is on achieving their targets. Now, when your only focus is on achieving the targets without looking at this parameter called outlet coverage, what happens is we end up focusing only on the big outlets. Now, here's the point. A big outlet has a loyal customer base, But the B class outlet also has a loyal customer base. Dumping more stocks on the A class outlets does not enable it to take business away from the B class outlet. You are basically stocking up the pipeline. And if there is a lot of pipeline that guy has, he has a lot of inventory that he's carrying, he will simply undercut. He will do, if you do this with a wholesaler, he will undercut and throw the stuff in the market at a very, very nominal price. So if you oversell, you have issues of undercutting, you have issues of discounts that come into the market, you have issues of market hygiene, because that same stock is not selling. It goes 1 month old, 2 months old, 3 months old, which in a cigarette business is very dangerous, right? That's the point. And what happens when you dump is this retailer is already sitting on the product. So the next time you go, as a part of your weekly sales beat, if you dump stocks on it this Monday, next Monday you go, he'll say, pada hua hai, I don't want anything, which means your total calls are getting wasted, your productive calls reduce. If you got a DSR, a distributor sales rep who's on an incentive for PC, that is what goes down. These are the issues that it just goes what after this. All right. So that is the danger of not focusing on outlet coverage. Rest of the video, I would like to talk about 3 things that you can do to focus on outlet coverage, right? The first one is to actually measure the number. Okay, in many of the companies, this is one of the first questions that we ask. What is your outlet coverage right now? Are you tracking it? Does it get discussed? Now, it may be there in some MIS or something which your sales admin is sending you, but are you actually discussing that data in a weekly, in a monthly review meeting? Do you actually ask this data? कि आज productivity कितना हुआ? How much is the outlet coverage in your market? Most companies, most good companies have sales which are being tracked from the app. So you have the number of build outlets on the app in any case. Okay, let's start looking at that data very, very carefully. Right? So that's the first point. The second point is to actually look at productive calls as an indicator of performance. Mind you, sales target, primary, secondary, all that is good, all that needs to be done, and most of you are already doing that well enough. The second point we are going to talk about is, are you tracking productive calls on a day-to-day basis? If a sales rep dumps stocks on a particular outlet, he doesn't get the order the next time he goes there. So he is visiting the outlet maybe 3 or 4 times in a month, but he's getting an order only once or twice. What does that tell you? Either the demand is not there, or the demand is there, but you have excessively dumped stocks. So your week 1 performance, your week 2 performance looks good, but your week 3 and your week 4 get affected. Not to mention the fact that since the retailer believes in ROI, you're unnecessarily increasing his investment for no reason at all, right? So the second point that is important to be tracked is the number of productive calls. Salesmen were smart people, they will figure out what you're tracking. The minute you start tracking that, you will find the behavior changing. The third point that is important is, do you incentivize the distributor sales team for outlet coverage? Okay? Of course, we have incentives for targets. That is the overall target achievement. But having an additional incentive for the outlet coverage, which means last month your outlet coverage was X. If you add 50 more outlets, this is the extra bonus that you get. If you add 200 more outlets, this is the extra bonus that you get. Well, that's the point that will change the online behavior. So to summarize, what are the 3 things that are necessary to increase outlet coverage? First of all, are you focused on measuring outlet coverage? Second, do you incentivize productive calls? Third point is, have you incentivized the distributor sales rep on why he should increase? Does he benefit by doing all of those things? All right. If you reached till here, thanks a lot. I'm Maneesh Konkar. If you have a team that needs training on all of these points, do reach out to us. And keep track of this playlist. There are plenty of other videos on FMCG sales and marketing in this playlist. And I will see you on the other side. Remember to check out our courses and have a look at the playlist. I already spoke about that. Thanks a lot. I will see you in the next video.